Hey, just rocking out to some the music they have on this. It's great. All right, enough fun. I like playing with all the little, the little things. Thank you for being here. Um, this is not Tarot After Dark. This is actually manifesting with tarot. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. So if you aren't signed up and not getting the emails and the play sheets for each day of this 5-day quest, there is a link below. Sign up, get the goodies. There's even extras as well. There's a bonus meditation, and I'm going to be adding some more stuff as we go along as well. And sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm on board here with everything. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so I lit a candle. I had some music on. This really makes a difference in your energy. Candles help to uplift you. They help to singularly focus on something. Meditating by looking at a candle flame is such a cool thing to do. Let me just make sure here. If you're here, say hi and say hello. I'd love to know who's here watching live. Yeah, so this is day 2 of manifesting with tarot, and this is about addressing the blocks and also the guidance. So the little play sheet that you had a space for you to pull a card that represents the blocks. Actually, it wasn't just looking through and pulling a card. It was actually just randomly pulling a card with the intention, what is blocking me from attracting whatever it is I want to attract in my life? And this can be anything, okay? As I mentioned yesterday for day 1, you can watch the replay for that. It's definitely about being more specific about what you want to manifest, but not overly specific. Like maybe you want to manifest a new car, but don't manifest a new red car with, such and such wheels and blah, blah, blah. Be a little more general so the universe can have some wiggle room to make things like that happen. So the best ways to manifest is to have your energy in alignment with it. Yesterday, I mentioned about magnets and being that vibrational match. So you get what you want, right? Instead of what you're thinking about. If it isn't what you want, but you keep thinking about it, the universe is going to say, well, she's thinking about that a lot. So let's give her an experience that gives her more of that. So to me, it's a constant awareness of where's my energy? Where are my thoughts? How am I feeling? And hey, it's valid. We can feel whatever we want to feel. All right. The ones we don't want to feel, we still have to recognize and acknowledge them. And then it's up to us to clear that energy. And there's multiple ways to clear energy. I'll whip through a few of them here in case you're, and add your own. What's your way of clearing your energy? One way that I do and I use with clients is tapping through what I'm feeling. And you don't even need to have a script. You can stand in front of the mirror. You can be totally pissed off and you can just sit there frowning at yourself, tapping and breathing with the intention that as you're doing this, you're clearing the energy a little bit more and a little bit more. And eventually, hopefully you've cleared that really energy. So then you can now tap in good energy, tap in affirmations and things. I always like to clear a space out and then put something in place of it because something's going to fill that space. You might as well be something you want in there, right? Another thing you can do is to go for a walk. And with each step you're taking, stamping your feet forward, leaving that crap behind. All right. That's the important part that you want to do is acknowledge you have it, but keep focusing on where you want to go. And another fun thing that I like to do, of course, is play with my tarot cards. So let's pull a card right now. And if you have your deck with you, pull one too. And we're just going to collectively, the intention, and as I'm shuffling, my intention is, what is blocking me from manifesting what I want? And depending on how you work with tarot, you can wait for a jumper like I like to, or you can just stop and flip the card over, whatever works. Every way is the right way. So what is blocking me from manifesting what I want? Okay, let's take a second. And another thing, lighting this candle is another way of clearing the energy. Having on that music that I had on, rock music helps me clear energy, really like loud music. It doesn't need to be on long. And then there's other music for other moods and things like that. I don't know. I'm really tuned into music that way. How about you? Let me know in the comments. This is interesting. So the card that came is the Five of Wands. What is blocking me from manifesting what I want? So if you relate to this, then this message is for you as well. So what do you see here? You see multiple people climbing around on these wands. It's like they're competing. And yet there's only one who's actually, or two, who are actually going for that thing that they want. Everyone else is just kind of monkeying around, like they're doing things, but they're not doing things that focus on what they actually want in their life. So when I see this, to me, the block is that either doing too many different things, getting stuck in the minutia of the little tasks that really don't mean anything. And those can be annoying. I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm stuck doing things that I'd rather be doing something else, I get a little annoyed. So a way to get through that is to either just suck it up, princess, and do it, or just put it aside and say, I'm feeling frustrated, so I want to do something big and bold that's going to actually help me work toward my dream, a step, something, right? Whatever that might be for you. So there you go. That could be what's blocking you. Now, in the play sheet for today, I also mentioned that to see this block from a different perspective. Now, often with tarot, reverse is a different perspective. So when you see that happening, they're barely hanging on and they're going to fall to the earth or what have you. But what I see here, a different perspective we can take on this Five of Wands is, like I said, it's like focus on the one thing that matters. Or maybe there's some things that you're stuck doing that take your energy and don't allow you to have, you're tired afterwards. And it's like, now I can't work on the thing I wanted to work on. Maybe this card is saying, can you delegate some of those tasks to somebody else? Or can you clone yourself? No. Wouldn't that be great? Sometimes. I don't know. That could get complicated. Let's not go there. But can you delegate things, or can you put things off to the side? Can you organize things a little bit more so that when you have the energy and in the mood, you can be the one reaching for the fire, doing the action that really matters the most. All right. But I'm also picking up here that even though you might be stuck doing the little teeny things, those are also stepping stones. They might be little pebbles, but they are seeding the way to the big things. Manifesting isn't always about the big stuff, the big things. I can't speak today. It's Mercury. It's about the little teeny little things that all add up, right? So it's our perspective. And when we can shift our perspective from this thing that's getting in my way and feels like an obstacle and blocking me to, hey, maybe this needs to be here so I can strengthen myself, or I can take a step back and I can reassess whatever it is I need to reassess and see if I am actually doing the things that I'm meant to do. And the thing is, doing isn't always about that. It's where's your mind while you're doing these things. If you're stuck doing the dishes, like, we have to do them, why not be thinking about this thing you want to manifest? What does life look like when you have whatever it is you want? Now, mind you, if it's like, I want to live in a mansion and I want to have maids doing all this stuff for me, then you're doing the dishes. Well, it could be maybe you've had the maids doing the dishes for years now, and it feels kind of cool to do the dishes on your own. You got to pretend a little bit. Remember when you were like 5 years old, kindergarten, we did a lot of pretending. And then we got to that age where we were told, stop pretending. You're allowed to go back and pretend now. I allow you to do that. So now I want to pull a card. What is guiding you? That's another part of that fun sheet. So let's just pull another card. And if you pulled a card, pop it in the comments. And I realize that if you're watching this as a replay, still play along. I love when people play along, especially in the replay. Especially live too. Okay, just saying. And if you don't have a card, you're welcome to borrow mine. So if you want me to pull one for you specifically, pop it in the comments. This is just for people who are here live. So, all right. What is guiding me toward what I want to manifest? Well, 2 cards came up. The first one is the 6 of Pentacles. And again, we had 6 yesterday. I don't think it was Pentacles, though. It was 6 of Wands we had yesterday. So that's interesting. 6s are really good numbers because they can multiply. 2 is 6. 3 and 3 is 6. So it's all about balance. And with the 6 of Pentacles, this card really represents reciprocity, which means give and take, which means give and receive. Sounds better. And I know it can sometimes be uncomfortable to receive. There's that awkward social thing that goes on for whatever reason, but start practicing. See, here's the little things, the little niggles and the little winks from the universe. And I'll talk more about the winks from the universe soon. Hi, Veronica. Nice to see you here. So I'm just pulling a card for what's guiding you. So if you have any cards and you want to pull a card for what's guiding you, it's on the play sheet for day 2. But yeah, so a little wink from the universe is that even if you're not in the process of, even if you haven't received that big thing you want to manifest and attract from the universe, there are little things that come in, and that's maybe the universe kind of, giving you a little hint of like, oh, let's send her this little thing and see how she receives that, right? It might be something as simple as an extra dollop of syrup in your Starbucks or something that they gave you for free. Act as if this is the most amazing thing in the world. Now, mind you, you don't have to be in the middle of Starbucks acting like a total yoo-hoo, people looking at you, but inwardly, and you can feel the energy, and you can be kind of like, look what I got. The universe is winking at me saying, hey, I'm sending you a few things. We're just testing this signal here to make sure that we are magnetized to this attraction thing. And it's like a dress rehearsal of saying, how do you want to feel? Keep projecting that. Just simple little things. That's reciprocity. And being aware of those times where, a friend is in line with you, you both order food and she wants to pay for yours. And you're like, no. And you feel all, now you owe her and you don't want to do that. And just receive it, because she is doing this, not because she wants you to pay next time. She's doing this because it makes her happy. Maybe she's got a few extra bucks and she wants to treat you. Allow her to do that. And you, again, you can be like, wow, thank you so much. This is fantastic. I so appreciate this. And you know what? That food always tastes better, usually, right? Or if it doesn't, you don't want to complain about it because you didn't have to pay for it. Just a weird little example. So like I said, there was another card that came here too, and we have the Ace of Wands. So what is guiding you? When I see this, I think of, day one was about intention. And when I see this, I see the flame is burning away this net that maybe was the net or the cobwebs that were not the clarity that you weren't having. So when you can really focus, and I see this as brow chakra, third eye energy, allowing your intuition to guide you toward whatever it is you want. And this is why I like to say, focus on what you want, but not too detailed, because you sometimes have to detour and zig and zag to get to that thing. And if all you're focused on is from here to there, and it's like you're moving off and you're like, yeah, but I want to go there, you have to go with the flow, right? That's the important part of things, is going with the flow. So I mentioned a little earlier about winks from the universe. These are the little hints from the universe to remind you to stay in that energetic alignment with whatever it is you want. You may not have it yet, but you don't want to walk around thinking, well, I don't have it, so this life sucks. You want to be, this is on its way. I'm really excited. I don't have it yet, but and get your body physically involved with it. And yoo-hoo and woohoo and yeah, when you're actually visualizing it. And again, if you're in the middle of Starbucks, it's not recommended you do that, but hey, you do you, boo. Okay. But really, it's the little things that you do, the universe will, and I don't like using the word reward because it's not like that. It's more of aligning. You're magnetizing your energy to the universe, that other things will start to happen. And you'll get these little winks from the universe, even though it might not be the thing you want to attract yet, but that you will start aligning to that energy. I mean, it is like a magnet, and it's not that one other piece of magnet or steel is going to come to it. Anything that has metal in it is going to come to it as well, right? So again, being fully focused on your energy and where you want to be, feel it now as if you have it, is definitely the key, and little things will start happening. So for example, if you want to manifest, and maybe Veronica, if you want to share whatever it is you want to manifest, I can give you more of a real life example for you. But generally, if you want to manifest, I don't know, a job, and you're putting out your resumes and you're doing this and you're doing that, and little things start popping up, like you'll be seeing more want ads, or people will be talking more about, yeah, I really wish I had someone helping me clean my windows, and and then you're like, well, that might not be what I want to do for a living, but it's like, hey, it's something. When you can address the universe by saying, hey, I see what you're sending me here, and I acknowledge this. And this is really cool because these are like winks. These are like clues that you're heading in the right direction. Doesn't mean you have to take the window washing job, but you can be saying, oh, more of this stuff is coming to me. Thank you, universe. Keep bringing more. And it allows you to focus more intently and laser focused on whatever it is you want. It will be clearer. Now, I know day one, you might not be as clear of what you want to manifest, but by day 5, you're definitely going to realize more detailed whatever it is you want. Okay. Veronica, I do want to manifest a job. Well, there you go. So to me, it's like, if you know what particular job, like what field you want to be in, start thinking more along the lines of every day when you wake up, it's like, who am I when I have this job? How am I, I'm waking up. It's like, I've got this new job. How does it feel? Oh, it feels really good. There's some pressure off. You can focus on a little bit of the negative stuff too, because come on, it's real here. It's not just about, yay, it's about reality. You can go, oh, relief. I got that a bit of a secure job now. The excitement and kind of the nervousness of meeting all the new people. You're the new person now. And I'm going to remember everyone's name and, go through that too, because you're going to notice where the block is and why you haven't got it in the first place. Because maybe the block is, I don't want to be that new person again. I remember what happened 20, 25 years ago when I was that new person and I got teased mercilessly and I was so embarrassed and I didn't last that long at that job. And, all of these ideas and things might come up, and that is showing you what the block was. And it's like, hallelujah. No wonder I haven't been able to get a job, because part of my energy was going, no, I don't want that experience again. And now you can address it. And the beautiful thing is you can pull a tarot card then. Let's put these ones back in the deck, and we're going to pull a tarot card on how can I feel when those blocks start to drag me down? How can I overcome them? When I got the King of Wands. So sometimes, look at his energy. Like, he is just confident. He's standing. Got his hand in his pocket. He's holding his torch, and he has a guide along with him. King of the jungle. And he's totally focused on being the best him he can be. So being the best you can be in that moment with what you have, right? Just an example. But it's really paying attention to what those blocks are, and not because you want to draw too much attention to them or them be an excuse. Like, oh, well, that's blocking me. I haven't been able to get rid of that for 50 years, so I guess I'm stuck. Well, there are ways around it, and you have to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Just super quick and simple. I don't know if, Veronica, if you have any questions or anyone has any questions, you can pop them in the comments. How did it go for you today? Did you try the play sheet? Were you, how are things? It's kind of hard to have a two-way conversation on a one-way live video, but we do our best here. We do our best. And it's really important for you to, and I'm reiterating things again, to be aware of where your energy is. You're not always going to be all yay. You're going to be moments where you're like, oh, this is tiring. And a little angel card I pulled today is trust. And sometimes this is the toughest part of all. Like I told you in my story yesterday, last summer, 2023, when I was like at the nth hour of trying to find a place. And it's so funny because there was a few places, like one place I'm like, well, I guess I got to take this place. So I put an offer in, and I was like, it's my guess. And we kind of went back and forth a bit. And the funny thing is, this is how the universe gives you a wink and a half. She ended up taking the place off the market. So if she didn't, it was already a signed deal. And then she counter offered. And then she's like, I'm taking it off the market. So that was the universe telling me, you don't want to live there. This isn't the place for you. So I even stopped looking in that area, in that city, because I wasn't 100% wanting to live there. And then this place I'm in now popped up. Actually, the funny thing is, I saw it before, but I was like, no, I doubt it. For that price, it's probably a dump, or it's, there's no way it's not as good as it looks. So I ignored it for a few weeks. So I could probably have saved myself some extra gray hairs and frustration if I would have just, went to this place first. But where's the fun in that, right? You've got to go through the things that you have to go through, the negativity or the whatever, so that you can decide what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to adjust and shift and change. Because often what the picture you have in your mind of what you want is nothing like what you end up with. And you are even happier with what you end up with, because you need to go through these little tricks of the trade from the universe. Okay, a couple questions. How do you interpret the cards? Just what you were seeing. Yeah, I do it intuitively. Yes, you can look at the book and the basics, but I definitely go by what I'm seeing. And when I'm seeing something like wands or something and flame might be different than how you interpret it. And this is what makes us great readers, and why people go to different readers and could have the exact same cards come up, but the message is different. And I think it's important to just trust what you feel from the card. And maybe if you're still new with cards, you want to look at the meaning or the book, and that's totally great. But start with just looking at the card, tuning into what you feel. Maybe you start thinking about a memory or a person or a situation in a scenario from your past. You'd be like, why am I thinking of that? Ooh, tune into the energy of that. All right. Jot some notes down, make a little journal, and then look at the meaning of it. And you'd be like, because that's how I started out. You look at the meaning and you'd be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, that makes sense. Right. You take what you need to take from it. And another way to actually read the book, and I know with the traditional tarot, it's just a teeny little pamphlet, but with more like these newer decks, they do come with a book, is flip to the page and then just kind of randomly look at something or put your finger on something, and then that's the message you're most meant to hear. That's just my suggestion for you. Or is it better to get tarot decks with a manual? Well, when I was doing more oracle card stuff with my students and clients, I would say, get the book and boom, toss it. Because we get stuck. We get stuck by what the book says. And at least for me, it was like, yeah, but that doesn't make sense to the question I asked. So then I just definitely look at the image, and I'm just going to flip the very first card. Flip the very first card over. I like this Light Seer Tarot, the Death and Rebirth card. Definitely a nicer view. So what do you notice first? That's the best way to start. What was the first thing that drew your attention? And it could be different every time, right? For me, I was drawn to the trees and the faceless hood there. I was drawn to the trees and beyond, seeing. And so for me, that's just saying I'm focused on the inspiration and what's next, right? And that's your beginning. That's where you start to unravel things a little bit. And it depends on the actual question that you had in the first place, right? So it's important to realize that if you are so focused on, I don't know if I know what this card is or what the answer is, then you're kind of closing down that communication connection. And you get, and I say you, we, us, get stuck in ego, the I can't, and I'm not good enough, and I don't know what I'm doing side of things. And it kind of closes down our intuitive stream. We have to be willing to just pretend and use our imagination. And then if you feel there needs to be more of a message from it, grab the book, see if it aligns with the question you were asking in the first place. And this is why it's always good to have some kind of question, even if it's general. And by general, I don't just mean, give me a general card. It's like, what do I generally need to know about tomorrow? Or what do I generally need to know about this thing that I'm going to do? That's the best way for you to just start trusting what you pick up. And I definitely recommend creating like a tarot journal. I actually have one at $9 for a tarot journal that has a bunch of, it's a playbook actually, that has lots of place for you to write in it your experiences, but there's also guidance in there as well. Minimal guidance, because it's really about allowing you to see what comes through you. Your experiences are way different than my experiences are, and that's just the nature of things. And that's why it's more personalized that way. And I know a lot of people were taught, well, don't read your own tarot cards. For me, that was the best place to learn, and it gave me confidence to read for others, but I still read for myself. It's the best way to move forward. Yeah. Any other questions? Hey, what's next for me professionally? Let's see what the cards have to say. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, it's either you're going to be in something that involves finances or something like that, or it could be something that is you're making more money than you were in any of the past jobs you had. That's what I'm picking up, top of my head. It's not saying anything about what that job is, but while you're looking, have that Queen of Pentacles energy. And it's not gender-based at all. It's tuning into being that receptive energy and focused on the material world around you. How do you interact with it? Are you comfortable? Like look at her. She's totally comfortable in her surroundings. She's sitting at home on her couch, but it feels to her like she's in nature because she's just so zen and chill. So I think if you focus on that, especially if you have to look through the want ads or whatever you do these days, focus on how you want to feel. And that's going to help align you with the thing that you want to do professionally next. All right. All right. Hello. If it's cool, may I have a reading on what's coming my way soon? Sure, we'll do this and then I'm going to head off. But thank you for being here. Phantom Punk 007. Love it. All right. So what is coming my way soon? That's nice and general. Those are always good. Okay. This one didn't want to go back in the deck. Like as I was shuffling, it kind of went, wow. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it feels like you're going to be doing... Don't take this the wrong way. You're going to be doing more of the same of what you're doing because it's about perfecting what you have. You have a lot of skills. You're learning a lot of things. Use what you already have. That's going to help align you to whatever it is you need to do in the future. But do it in a way that it's not boring. Okay. Even if it's something that's repetitive, repetition is how we ingrain in us what we're really good at. Okay. So find something fun in how you do that. See, she's got all her tools, all of her magical tools there. So whatever that is for you, focusing on that is definitely going to help align you to whatever it is that's coming your way. So to me, it feels like it's more of the same, but in a good way. I hope that makes sense. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you. If you do want to still join this quest, if you have your tarot deck, you can sign up for this free quest. I'll be back again tomorrow, same time. And we will see you then. Yes, it is good. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you next time. Peace out. You're very welcome.